Hi there, Mark here again. Got Rob on the camera.
Hiya.
Hi Rob. Not Bob today.
No. Bob Fleming's gone, mate.
Bob Fleming's, he's well, he might be back.
He might.
We'll see. Let's get down to this then. So welcome to this unboxing of my Holiday Buggy on the DT02 chassis. And we think the original was back in the 80s.
I think so,
sure.
yeah.
It's been around a long time anyway, hasn't it? But,
just a while, yes.
This re is nothing like the original, really, is it?
It's not, no.
Apart from the body, because it's on a DT02 chassis.
It is, really good chassis.
It is, and we know that can handle, I've got a brushless in mine, it goes pretty well.
Yeah.
But strangely, I don't know why Tamiya have done this, this seems to be aimed at a kind of a younger audience or newcomers to the hobby, because it's saying about it's really easy to handle and get to learn how to use, and you can see the little picture there. But anyway, that's not what we're going to do with it, is it, Rob?
No.
So straight off, this is due to the 380 motor in it that only goes at, what was yours, Rob?
10
miles an hour.
Miles an hour.
That's really not for me, I'm afraid. So
no.
We're going to put something a bit punchier in this right from the off. But first thing we need to do is get it unboxed so you can see what you get.
We do, dude.
So let's do it, Rob.
Yep.
And now I can see the box. It does say here, perfect for those starting in the hobby. Great controllability, and I forgot to mention this is the 2010 re. So that's when this was re-released. Okay then, so there it is. It's just kind of thrown in the box, this one, isn't it, Rob?
It is, it's a small box.
It is a small box.
It's a full-sized RC 1/10 scale,
it's all been,
anyway.
yeah, rammed in, and look, you can see they've already put the tyres and wheels on to save space, haven't they?
Yeah.
So, well, I think that's why they've done that. Oh, there's the driver. He's got pre-painted head. That's cool. Nice one. Might be putting a bit more detail on that, but
yes, I did with mine.
And this is the, like I say, the main thing from the original, I think, isn't it? The body.
Yeah.
The rest is different. But although it has got these holes cut out, hasn't it, for the top of the shocks.
Yeah.
But like I say, so it's just chucked in, and it's all covered in plastic bags. Again, magic of video, Rob. We'll get it all out and lay it on the table and go through the parts. And there we have it. As if by magic, eh, Rob?
Aye.
So, yeah, there's all the bits. Yeah, it doesn't look like that many parts, really, does it? When you look, have a quick look at the body then first. So again, this is hard plastic. I say hard, it's actually quite flexible, isn't it? It is.
Very flexible.
Apparently, this stuff hates paint, doesn't it?
Apparently so, yes, sir.
Have you tried on yours, Rob?
No, I didn't even bother.
But I have had a lot of people say that you can't get paint to stick to this. So it's going to be blue, Rob.
Cool.
But I need to differentiate it from yours. So we've got the other plastic parts here. There's some nice detailed bits here. You've got your lights, your spotlights and so on, and these are oil cans. So these will need a bit of paint. And this is the roof, isn't it? So what colour was yours, Rob? Black, was it?
I did mine black because I can't remember what colour you're supposed to paint it, but I hadn't got it.
I think it's light blue, but I'll paint it a different colour, so if we're running together we can see them, so that's cool. Yeah, that should take the paint, 'cause that's a harder plastic, isn't it? So that's that. And then you've got the interior, which is brilliant, because I like me driver figures. Nicely bit of paint on there, but like I say, I put some paint on his eyes and stuff. And yeah, look, Rob, he's just like me. He's got no brains.
Oh.
So that's very fitting. So yeah, I like that. That's all someone else to paint up. That'd be fun. So that's cool. So we've got the wheels and tyres that we like these ribbed front ones, don't we?
Yeah, they are good.
For now, the ribs are really good for just catching it into the dirt, aren't they, for those corners? Yeah. And the rear ones, again, there's a bit, like you say, that's like a releasing agent or so on there.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, Rob, I forgot there. Yes, yeah, they're not bad, not bad those. So yeah, decent set of tyres and wheels on it. What should we look at next? So right, so you've got your sticker pack, and we were just looking at this turned over, and you've got this racing set of numbers. And I said to Rob, what would you need to make the 110 on this one? He went, no, there's a sticker for that.
Yep.
And then I looked at this, it says Tamiya Grand Prix. Guys, I have no idea why that's in there, but you know, nice set of spare decals for one of my racing cars. So quite minimal, the stickers on this, aren't they?
They are, yeah, but those are really
right, they go on here.
tricky.
Inside the front fenders or mudguards, okay. Okay, thanks Rob for that. Yeah, I really need to know how awkward that was. But yes, so there's your sticker pack. I like the old retro kind of logos they've got on there. I love the forward and that stuff in there. It's nice. So right, so let's move on to the chassis sole. Yeah. So yeah, this is your basic TT02. What? Listen to me, Rob. DT02. Rear wheel drive chassis, and yeah, like I say, it's a pretty decent chassis. This, and we've both run with brushless on these things, so we know they go quite well. Yeah, and they're quite strong, aren't they?
They are.
Reason for that is that's the hard plastic, and then you've got the suspension arms, A-arms or wishbones as we call them, and this is a much more flexible plastic, so they can take the knocks a bit, can't they? Then
they can.
So yeah, those are your lower wishbones. I think that looks like the front and back. Yeah, they're the same, aren't they? Yeah. Two sets the same. I think that's the back and that's the front. And then you've got the front wishbones, front left and right side. There you go. Again, it's made of the softer plastics. Can't miss out the wibbly wobbly aerial, can we? Don't know whether I'll be using that, but there you go. It's a spare for me. Right, let's move on to your gearbox case. So your differential and gears go in here, and that's the cover, isn't it, for the motor pinion, goes on the side, and that's again, it's your harder plastic. And then from those we're going to be putting these drive cups in, which will drive the dog bones. Oh, that one's come off. Oops. And yeah, and those are the rear wheel axles. Okay, more hard plastics. These are, guys, these are prone to breaking, I've got to say, especially this is the front one. I think I broke about 3 or 4 of these, Rob. Yeah. I might be putting a bit of metal on the back of these to strengthen that, so watch out for that in the build video. And yeah, that's the top brace, isn't it, for the front suspension, and that's your rear mount. I think I've only broken one of those. They're not quite as fragile as the front ones. But yeah, so that's your suspension mounts. Again, you've got more soft plastic for your front bumper, you've got your battery strap, and a few other little mounts there. We've got a standard servo saver, which is pretty much in all the kits these, aren't they, Rob?
It's just the white plastic.
It is, that's stronger than the black ones we found, isn't it?
I've not had any problems with the white ones.
Yeah, that's good news, Rob. Straight on to, we've got the diff case here, and that's your spur gear again, Rob. I always get them mixed up, and I think that's a counter gear, isn't it? Drives between the two. Okay, so that's that. And my good friend Peter Smith bought me this kit for my birthday, and what a top chap he is. Look, Robbie's included the metal bearings. Yeah. You don't get these with the kit, but always a good hop up, especially if you want to run the kit with a hotter motor. That's definitely recommended. So yeah, those are all the parts. Oh, hang on, Rob, there's one more tree here.
Oh yeah.
So you've got, what's this? I don't recognise that. Is that for the motor?
Used, but it might be. I can't remember. But it will be for the. Oh yeah.
It's the motor mount.
I think it is for the 380.
For the 380, right? So I won't be using that, will I? Okay, and there's the front body mounts. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all the plastic parts, Rob. So let's. Apart from. Yeah. These lovely things. Well, these are friction shocks, and to be fair though, they actually are friction shocks.
They are the friction ones.
They're not as bad as the ones that come with the TT02, which kind of just twist together and flap about. So these are actual shock bodies, and if we get the right parts bag, which is this one, bag B, you get the springs in there. I think those screws are the actual shock shafts, aren't they? Yeah. And the heads go up and down inside this rubber tubing, so it does give you a little bit of friction. Yeah. They're not brilliant, but they're better than some of the other, what Tamiya call friction shocks. So yeah, so while we're looking at that, you get all the parts there to make up the shocks. A few other little bits and pieces and screws in there. Parts bag A, we've got the steering arms. So that's the actual axle, and there's the ball end for the steering.
Yeah. Already installed?
It is installed, yeah. You've got a tiny little tube of grease there. And there's your metal differential gears and the star shaft and so on. And a few of those bushings in there, which I shan't be using. And it looks like those darker screws there are the screw pins, aren't they, for the suspension. Again, I might look at changing those for some stainless, but we'll see how we go. Okay, and the last parts bag C, again more of the bushings. You've got your ball ends for the steering, you've got your R-clips, and these are the steering tie rods, aren't they? Yeah. So you do get adjustable steering, which is good. So there's lots of plus points on this kit, I think, Rob.
Yeah. Have you seen the motor?
I nearly missed it, Rob, because it's that small.
I know.
Oh my gosh. And it's got, looks like a press-fitted pinion on there.
It is.
So just for comparison, guys, here's a 540. This is a torque tuned out my DT02, but look at the difference. So you can imagine that's why it only does 10 mile an hour with that thing in it. But you know, as I say, if you are new to the hobby, then you know, fair play. It might be good to start off with. But I shall be at least putting this torque tuned in. Well, I'll see what else I've got lying around, but probably will put that in because that's a spare I've got from my DT02 kit. So yeah, there we go. You got the fantastic manual again.
Yeah.
As always, these are brilliantly laid out, easy to follow, and hopefully you'll be seeing me with the parts on top of this as we build it in the build guide. Right then, all that leaves for me to say is thanks for the kit again, Peter. Thanks, Rob, for filming.
No problem, sir.
And we hope to catch you all later. Bye.
Bye.